Is this a virgins detector? Because it looks a lot like a metal detector. Just saying. Everyone's working. My Wookiee be looking for some gold. Hey guys, it's your girl Aisha, aka Geek XX Chic, and we are back with another reaction to The Acolyte. We're now into episode 7, which is called Choice. So the last episode, we had Osha finally meeting the stranger, or Khmer. They had an interesting conversation about what it is to be loyal and what it means to have connections. And on the other side of things, we had May traveling with Sol, and she was trying to get him to tell her the truth of what happened all those years ago. But before she could kind of execute whatever plan she had in mind, Sol was tipped off by Basil that it was in fact the wrong twin. So Sol captured her and restrained her and said that he's going to tell her what happened and she's going to hear his version. So either way, I'm hoping we're going to get some truths. I really want to know what happened on that planet all those years ago, and I'm hoping that's what we're going to see. Looking at the thumbnail, we're seeing Kalnaka, who we didn't actually get a chance to really meet so far. So I'm ready to jump in and find out the story. But just before I do, a reminder that if you'd like to be in the know of when I drop episodes, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell so you'll be in the know. All right, that out of the way, let's get into the episode right now. Also, excuse the noise. The fan is still going. It is still very hot. All right, back where it all started. Finally. This is everyone, it looks like. Why is he looking for metal? Oh, a Tobin. Just a wee Bobby.
And I want to go home to Coruscant.
And
there's no one here, and if we were going to find something, we probably would have found it by now.
Oh.
The virgins could create life, like what we see on this planet.
So
what
is your...
It should be studied.
Studied.
Protected. This is a noble mission.
As he eats his Nuna leg. Is this a virgins detector? Because it looks a lot like a metal detector. Just saying. Everyone's working. My Wookiee be looking for some gold.
We haven't covered the Northlands yet. Meet us back at the camp.
Okay.
If y'all just left and minded your business. Jung Jae, I like you in this hood. It's doing things. So this is your fault, Sol. You should have minded your business.
Quickly.
Indara, can you read me?
You snitch. It's your assumption that they're hostile. I don't think I like that. I mean, they kind of were, but still. Like, sir, why are you so bloody nosy? If this was good intent, truthfully, they should have just tried to approach and talk. Instead, you sit there and you start minding people's business.
Go. It's your room.
What, the way I don't remember this part? I mean, I know this is reshot, but I feel like the part where they noticed the noise was probably in the other episode.
I fear for the girl's safety. The witches prepare for a ceremony tonight. What if the girls are in danger?
You don't know anything about them, Sol.
I know you would defer to the council, but I insist.
So this was your fault. No, this was complete projection on Sol's part because he knows nothing about them. Nothing.
But we must be vigilant.
Sol, you're weirding me out big time in this episode, bro. It's this immediate distrust, this immediate assumption that this is evil. I don't like it. It's very xenophobic. And these guys literally broke in like they have no right. Like, so many things wrong here, Force, or Jedi.
These women are under my protection.
You're trespassing.
Yes. Oh, we're getting to see what happened from Torbin's point of view. Cool.
Son of paupers from the planet Bonadon.
Damn!
Do you wish to escape this planet? Do you wish to escape this planet? Do you wish to escape this planet? I can help you.
Yes, I didn't want to come here in the first place.
I would always let you have what you need.
He's falling in love with you, ma'am. You need to turn it down.
Mother Anastasia, you cannot deny that Jedi have the right to test potential Padawans.
Right, but...
They mocked her sister with dark magic.
Ceremonial markings are customary in many cultures.
Yeah, just because you don't like it doesn't mean there's something wrong with it.
I believe she wants to live with us.
Do not confuse what Osha wants with
Exactly. That's exactly what happened. It was you, Soul, wasn't it? Damn it!
You must divine what images appear on the testing screen.
What do you want me to do?
Like, speak plainly, lady. I got things to do.
A necklace.
The image hasn't appeared yet.
Ascension must be very important to include a marking like
It is to her.
But your children, how can you become the leaders?
I don't know. Mama said everyone must walk through fear. Everyone must be sacrificed to fulfill their destiny.
Not literally. Oh my god. And Nara, even you know something's off about this. Soul's being a little too insistent. Why is he refusing getting the council involved?
The council said no.
Interesting.
Bringing the twins to Coruscant or separating them from their coven.
Period.
You can feel the twins are not safe.
They say that we have interfered too much already.
And they were right.
But Osha passed.
After you coached her,
Exactly.
do not alter this little girl's destiny because you have formed an emotional attachment to her.
That is
Precisely.
not what's happening here.
It is. Look at you.
I want to do what's best for Osha.
What happened to you now?
And those girls are the proof. This is our ticket home.
Stop him! He'll knock and I will take the ship! What's wrong with you?
So Torben did it? All the same, this is still Saul's fault because seriously, bro, breathe. Like, do those girls seem like they're terrified of their parents?
The Jedi will not warn you before they attack.
Okay.
Good girl. Get mad.
Not the mom.
Witches! Arm yourselves!
If I can get close enough, do you think you can make the jump?
Not my Wookiee about to make a superhero landing. What you think is gonna happen, dummy? So your sister's in there, and rather than try to get the door open, you back up,
To be raised by an institution instead of a family.
right?
Where did they come from?
Me. And next question.
Someday, those noble intentions you all have will destroy every Jedi in the galaxy.
Period.
Mama, help!
Osha!
That's not
Help
Ocean.
me!
You didn't even know what she was gonna do.
Mama!
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, Soul. She definitely deserves to kill you.
I was going to let Osha go.
Yeah, you impatient prick.
No! Mama! Mama!
So that's why you didn't want May around. Murderer. Harder. Beat him more.
Fight me!
Yeah, you were so quick to kill someone else. Quickly. Meanwhile, everything's literally falling apart. This is all the Jedi's fault. Damn, they're all gone.
Should not have brought him here.
No. My mind is fortified.
Is it? This is actually kind of hot. This is kind of hot. Oh my god, I'm so mad you just killed them. I want more Force Space Witches. I'm so serious. We need more of this, please. Woo, Kakalaka. Nice. Kalaka was no joke. He said, get over here. Damn. You deserve that for killing Osha's mama. And you never told her that, did you? You let May take the blame. Damn. Indara was no joke if she broke all of them.
Get them now. Now!
Yeah, I'm not sad that almost all of you are dead. I'm afraid you might have to go too, Soul. As if May would ever have let you take her. He let May drop, didn't he? Can't have any evidence of the crime. Yeah, no, May's justified.
I warned you not to interfere. I warned both of you.
Exactly.
I had to make a choice.
Master! Master!
What are you mastering her for? Soul was wrong.
What will we tell the council?
We're gonna lie.
Before you throw yourself at the mercy of the council, ask yourself why you made this.
Because you're selfish. Yeah, no, Osha deserves to know the truth. And she should never mess with you again, bro. You literally killed her mom for no reason. Every last one of you deserves to get taken. Except for Kalnaka. Kalnaka's really the only innocent party here. He didn't deserve to get got. And that's where we end it. Damn it. Okay, so now we have the truth. I'm assuming this is May's point of view, finally. Or maybe not all of it, because she wouldn't have known about all the activities of the Jedi beforehand. But, ooh, questions finally answered. We now know what went down. So, technically, they didn't take out all the witches. That was a result of the fire that was started. However, Soul. Soul. Yeah, you're about to lose. You're going to lose Osha. You're never going to win May over either, because there's just no justifying what you did. The covering, the biggest part of it. I mean, obviously there's something else going on here. I don't know if we have time this season to get into Soul's backstory to a degree, but his immediate, obsession is the best word to explain it. His obsession with the twins, at seeing them, is a little worrisome. I understand what he was saying logically. Yes, they're kids. How are they out here? What's going on? Are they part of a cult? But it's like, the kids looked healthy. There was nothing to show that they were going through any form of abuse or mistreatment. And they both expressed, love for their family. So there's no reason for him to have wanted to so desperately interfere in their way of life. And yes, we know from Osha's point of view, she did want to leave the planet, but that was something that she would get to do eventually on her own anyways. Because as we saw, she was too old to be a Padawan anyway. She wasn't supposed to enter that type of training. But it's just this obsession that Soul had, this idea that he had to take them, particularly Osha, that he had to bring her because it was a space cult. Oh, they're witches. It's evil. What they're doing is dark. Just hearing this, again, one of the things I've always loved about Star Wars is that it's been a mirror for the real world and real world problems, and they just kind of put it in a much more fantastical and hyperbolic way so that it's not necessarily as jarring for some. But this idea that certain people have, that because a culture has ways and traditions and belief systems that you don't necessarily understand or agree with, it does not automatically make them bad or barbaric or evil. And it's not anyone's decision to come in and force that belief system on some other people or tell them that their belief system is wrong. Now, don't get me wrong, sacrificing children, I feel like everyone should universally feel is wrong. But they didn't even know what the sacrifice meant. Before they sit there, they hear May say that her mom spoke of sacrifice. Now everyone in the coven has to do this. That alone, that statement told me that they didn't mean literal life sacrifice, right? Because it would have no coven, right? Everyone be gone if they were actually sacrificing people. Sacrifice means so many things, and many times it's not like a literal sacrifice of life. Sacrifice can mean spiritually, it can mean symbolically, just so many things, or sacrificing your own dreams and hopes for the better good of, or for the greater good, I should say, of a larger group, like the coven. Soul was just so ready to believe the worst of these women because he wanted Osha. And we need to figure out, what is that about, sir? It was completely selfish. Indara was clocking his teeth the entire episode saying, Soul, what is this? you're projecting a lot of your emotions onto this situation. He's like, that's not what's going on. He's like, I'm not being emotional. He's saying this while yelling and getting visibly agitated, right? So I do blame Indara because she should have seen right there and then that Sol was not thinking reasonably, that he was already too emotionally invested to be making a proper decision. The fact that he didn't want to contact the council should have let her know that this was not a good idea. Personally, I feel like Indara should have taken everybody at that point, said, get on the ship, we're leaving, we're going to go back to Coruscant, we're going to get an answer and figure out what to do, and then we'll make a move. Because by then, at least Sol would have had some time to calm down. Or at least she would have done her part. Sol might have gone back on his own, who knows. But the point is, Indara, she definitely gets so she deserves some wax here because she saw the situation was spiraling and she chose to stay there rather than do whatever she could to de-escalate it. Torben, I'm going to give him a pass in the sense of he was young, very young, clearly still learning how to control his emotions, control what was going on. I don't forgive him for like running off, rushing off to basically abduct the twins. Like that part was completely crazy, but understandably after what happened with Osha's mom taking over his mind, he was just rattled. Like you could see that he was not okay. And again, this is where Indara, being the leader and I'm assuming the oldest Jedi at that point, should have said, okay, no, we need to go back and regroup. Like no one's in the right mind except for Kalnaka. Poor Kalnaka. Seriously, poor Kalnaka. He's the only victim in this whole troop. But anyways, Indira as a leader should have had enough understanding and enough maturity to realize that her group is not in any position to continue where they were going, that she should have taken everybody, put them on the ship and head back to Coruscant. That's what she should have done. But unfortunately, she didn't. She just let them do what they want to do, and we see what happened. Torben acted crazily. I mean, Torben's actions were just the green light that Sol was looking for, because Sol was going to do something regardless. I think we can all agree that he was already plotting in some way, shape, or form. He was not leaving the planet without at least one of those girls, right? And so, yeah, the big question now is why he felt that like he had to do it. Like what was so huge that he lost all moral sense to the point that he was gonna that he actually killed their mother. At that point in time, he had literally no reason to believe that these women had any ill will towards these girls. Yet his first instinct is to kill that woman. And I'm glad May saw it. I'm glad May saw it. And this is why he's got an issue with May. This is why he did not let Osha and May get together. I knew there was a reason he was keeping them separate. And this is why, because he doesn't want May to tell her the truth. Because then he's going to lose what he worked so hard for, right? So this whole thing was just a mess. Obviously, I don't think Sol intended for this to happen. I don't think Torben intended for this to happen. And Dara definitely didn't. Poor Kalnaka just got possessed by being there. Like, none of that was, intended, but it all could have been avoided. All of this could have and should have been avoided. And there are a lot of guilty parties there. It's understandable that, yeah, Torben should have felt bad. And again, I don't think it's even so much what happened, because with the Coven, I mean, in fairness, they were ready to attack. I mean, their other mom, I don't remember her name, but Anastaea's partner, she's really who kind of kicked off the aggression, in fairness. So, I mean, the Jedi were defending themselves until they weren't. But again, this whole situation could have been avoided and should have been avoided, but there was a lot of fear. There was a lot of judgment. There was already a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? Misconceptions about this group and this coven that were driving the prejudices and driving the actions, therefore, of Torben and Sol in particular, so that, a good outcome was kind of just not possible. One way or another, bad things were going to go down the way that those guys were thinking. So honestly, now that I know the story, I don't really feel sorry. I mean, Torben, I think the lying about it, having to keep that secret for 16 years, Torben never forgave himself, and I don't think he should have. Like, again, he knew that if he hadn't done what he did as far as coming back, all of that likely would have been avoided, potentially. Do I think he needed to drink poison over it? Probably not, but I think the keeping it a secret for so long is why he just, that and whatever happened in that mind, like whatever Anastasia did to his head, I don't think it ever left him. Hence why he was meditating. It makes sense now why he was meditating for 10 years, right? Like he was like, I'm never going to be violated mentally like that again. So yeah, I get why he did that now. But yeah, I'd say for him, definitely more of a collateral damage situation, but I understand his guilt. And he did do it on his own, right? In fairness, he chose to let himself die. Indara, she felt she was doing the right thing, but honestly, I think she deserved to get got because, again, as a leader, that was literally all her fault. And the fact that when she saw May and figured out who May was, rather than immediately trying to apologize, she just looked at her like, why are you still here? Kind of like why are you not just living your life, right? So I don't think it's to say, I won't say that Indara had no guilt or any regrets about it. I think we could see that she clearly did, but the fact that she made peace with it without thinking about that she just assumed everything was going to be fine. Like that was just kind of arrogant of her, especially when she realized who May was. So anyways, like I said, I feel like Indara deserved to get got at that point. And yeah, at this point, I'd say Saul deserves to get got because killing the mom was not necessary. And I know Anastasia is plaguing his dreams on a regular basis, saying to him that I was going to let her go. Because she didn't get angry. She didn't sit there and call him, curse him out or anything in her last moment. She just said, I was going to let her go and she chose you. So sit on that. I hope it's been twisting his insides for the last 16 years because, sir, and then choosing to lie to Osha about it and letting May drop. I don't care what anyone says. He let her drop on purpose. I'm not saying he wasn't strong enough to keep them both, but why not let them both go? Why not see if you could figure something out? Call for help. There was other Force users there. You wanted May gone because you didn't want Osha to know what you did. And again, I understand it. I do. I get it. This is a girl that you've formed some type of a bond to, an attachment to, which again is completely on Soul's side at this point, which is why I said we need to know what this attachment, where it came from, why it was so intense. But it's just all because you formed this attachment and now you're terrified you're about to lose it, because if she finds out that you took out her mom, she may never forgive you. Although knowing Osha, she probably would have. But now that you've lied and you've kept this from her for 16 years and fabricated a story about what happened that day, I mean, in fairness, May did set the fire, but it wasn't intentional, right? It wasn't like she meant to, set everything on fire. She just wanted to burn the book, but she's got to live with that. That fire did in fact cause everything to collapse. So, but I mean, at least it looks like May has forgiven herself for that and recognized it wasn't directly her fault, but still, it's crazy how this has been twisted to make her the villain so that Soul could have that relationship with Osha. And so I'm feeling like this is probably why Osha eventually left the Order as well, between the fact that she was too old, quote unquote. But I'm thinking the fact that they had to hide her midichlorian count, they probably never told the Jedi about the fact that she was created by the Force, and the fact that Soul was probably always keeping a bit of a wall there because he was scared that maybe that guilt might overcome him. I completely get why Osha probably felt at some point that she needed to leave, like this was in the right place for her. And of course, the guilt, she thinks that all that happened on the planet was because of her. And it wasn't. It was because of Soul. It really and truly was because of Soul and his impatience and his selfishness in that moment. So very interesting to get the full story of what happened there. As I said, if May feels that Soul deserves to die, I can't say that I'm against it at this point, even though I love me some Jung-Jae. But also, we'll see what happens. I'm wondering if now Kamir is going to tell Osha the truth that May told him. Of course, I don't think she's going to believe it from him. She's going to need to hear it from May or from Soul because, of course, she thinks May's a liar. But maybe some things will start coming back to her when Kamir tells May's rendition of what happened, because I feel like there's definitely things that Osha's either blocked out or doesn't remember or has had her mind altered about. And maybe if with May's details, she might start to remember things that she thought she didn't remember. So yeah, I think the plot's going to definitely get very sticky in the next episode. We're going to see what Soul has to say to May, what his explanation is. He says he's going to let her go. He said he would let her go after he tells her. If what he says is true, because we see in the flashback that Soul did say he wanted to face the council for what he'd done, but we see that Indara, he advised him not to. But if he truly did feel that way, and he is feeling that way again, then maybe he really will let May go, knowing that that might result in his death. Or attempted anyways. We don't know. I don't think that May can actually take him on yet. But anyway, it's going to get spicy with those two, and I'm looking forward to that particular conversation. And then conversely with Osha, it'll be interesting to see where she goes, because if she does believe Kamir, if she does figure it out, or her memories come back to her and she senses some things, because her and May share the same consciousness, which this is new information. So it's possible that she could potentially tap into May's memories, maybe if she works hard enough and allows herself to actually tap into the Force. And so yeah, point being, if she figures out what's the truth and she believes Kamir, that's a lot of anger and a lot of betrayal that'll be coming out of her. And maybe that little foreshadowing we were potentially getting with her breathing through the helmet might become a crazier reality than we thought. Because, May was driven by a desire for revenge, but Osha, when you have somebody that's as kind and pure and trusting as Osha, when she realizes that that part of her nature was taken advantage of by Soul, the hurt and the anger that might result from that could make her far more dangerous than May's ever been or ever could be. So that could be very interesting. And I'm not exactly against seeing Dark Osha. I'm not. I mean, I wouldn't mind if she shows off some of them witch tricks, because that whole, weird ritualistic taking over your body thing was pretty damn baller. Let's admit it. That was pretty freaking cool. I want more space witches, Star Wars. Do you hear me? I don't want to just see flashes of this in the future. I want to actually see sub-series about cool cults like this, because I love the idea of the Force being used in a different way and that it can be pretty crazy. That whole disappearing thing was amazing. Anyway, sorry. Geek back. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to when this actual other shoe finally drops. Now that we know the truth, I want to hear Saul's description of it and what he's going to say. Is he going to be honest with May, or is he going to try to fabricate something or try to make it seem like she's the one who's crazy? And yeah, I want to check in on my girl Osha and that hot ass Sith. Sorry, that very naughty stranger, because I want to see what's going on there and where her mind's at. But yes, I'm liking this series a lot. I love the way that they're letting the story unfold and letting us just kind of take it in and really get to marinate over it, because yeah, that's one of my favorite types of storytelling. We don't get enough of it these days. So anyways, I really enjoyed the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed watching along with me. If you did, please show some love, and I will see you in the next one.